my love, my peace. You are my joy, you're my everything. All that I am, all that I'll ever be is a result of who you are to me. My heart's desire is to do your will, to pursue your purpose, your plan fulfill. My soul's delight is to follow you. My goal, my purpose is your will to do. All that I am, all that I'll ever be is a result of who you are to me. All that I want for people to see is the image of I am in me. Every day I live to see. I thank you, God, because you let it be. The breath I breathe is life to me. Everything you are is what I wanna be. Yeah, yeah. All that I am, all that I'll ever be is a result of who you are to me. All that I want for people to see, yes, is the image of I am in me. All that I want, all that I'll ever be is a result of who you are to me. Yeah. All that I want for people to see, yes, is the image of I am in me. Yeah. Oh, is the image of I am in me. It is the image of I am in me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is the image of I am in me. You are, you are, you are, you are.
It's Friday Night Live with Cat Carter. Get ready, set, let's go. Come on. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live. It's Friday night. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. Hey. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. Yeah. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live. It's Friday night. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. Hey. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. 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 With Cat Carter.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night Live. I am your host, Cat Carter. How's everybody doing on this Friday night? OMG. OMG. I tell you what, if you are in here tonight, we have a special treat for you. I am honored to have Victor Orlando in the house. So you're asking, who is Victor Orlando? Surely you all know who Victor Orlando is. Grammy nominated. Let me tell you something. He has performed with the Gap Band. He has performed with Shaka Khan. He has performed with Tupac. He has performed with Angie Stone. Oh my goodness. He has performed with Bobby Womack. Can I keep going? Can I keep going? Uh uh Buddy Miles, Tina Marie. Oh my goodness, I am just so excited. So let me do my introduction so I can get him on here. I have kidnapped him for the whole hour. We're going to be talking about some of his music. We're going to be talking about his experience and his musical journey. We're going to have a great time. So Friday Night Live is a positive platform where we inform, innovate, and inspire. That's right. That's right. So call a neighbor, call a friend, tell them to come on in because Victor Orlando is here. Please welcome to Friday Night Live, Grammy nominated international recording artist, Victor Orlando. I'm so excited and honored. I don't know what to do. How are you, Victor?
I'm doing great. How are you tonight?
I'm doing outstanding now that you are here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Welcome to Friday Night Live. We are honored to have you here. We know that you have a tedious schedule, so we don't take it lightly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So what I want to do is I want to dive right on in. Is that okay?
I'm great.
Okay.
I'm great.
Okay. So I told them just a little bit. There's a lot more to tell about you. So tell the viewers a little bit about yourself and how you got named Percussionist to the Stars. Because this is the Percussionist to the Stars, y'all. That's it. That is what he is known for. So we want to know how did that happen?
Well, I decided to start using that because that's what it was, and somebody suggested it. And I said, okay, I don't go into the foo-foo stuff, but I said, all right, I'll start using it because from Dallas, Texas, where I started, just local. And then when I got to LA, that's when the A-list stars, musician, actors, I started working with. And it just seemed like it kept each one, the next person was another star. The next one was another star. The next one was another one. It's like God was handpicking me the celebrities and stars to play with and have fun with and build up my career portfolio with, my body of work.
Yeah. Wow. And the rest is history, I guess I say.
Yeah.
You have been giving us great music for a long, long time. You've been in the game for a long time. Your resume is OMG, just looking at all of this. You have performed with so many greats and you're a great yourself. What was it like? Like, tell me an experience maybe with the Gap Band or Shaka Khan, or like, what was it like to like work with them? Like, wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, just like any kid in the candy store, that's me. I was like, wow, I was out with Yarbrough and Peoples that had the hit out Don't Stop the Music.
Yeah.
And that was a half wow moment because we were both from Dallas, Texas. So it was like I'm still playing with my homies from Dallas. It wasn't a giant big deal until they called me up and said, hey, we're going on tour. Would you like to go out with us? And I said, yeah. And they said, we're going on tour with the Gap Band. I was like, whoa, you going out with who? So that put me with Yarbrough and Peoples and the Gap Band and Goody. It was another act on the label called Goody.
Okay.
And that just ignited me that I'm getting to do this, because they were, Party Train, Drop the Bomb, Early in the Morning. All of those were on number ones on the charts. And that's what was fueling the Gap Band. And then, the word came down. Charlie wanted me to start playing with both of the groups.
Uncle Charlie.
So I started doing all of that, and that excited me, and I was happy. Like, wow. Then they asked me to start coming in the studio and cutting albums. So I started cutting Gap 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, like five or so of the last 10 albums that they did. I'm on those albums. I'm on Yarbrough and Peoples albums. I'm on Goody's albums. Howard Huntsberry used to be with a group called Click. He was on the label. I might have been on a Penny Ford album. I'm not for sure. I'd have to find some of those albums.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I was doing in like the early 80s. And from there, it went, the next person it went to was Shaka, basically,
Wow.
that was big. And, she knew me from Charlie and the Gap Band. And that, the coolest thing, the bass player with Rufus brought me to rehearsal.
Yeah.
And he said, Shaka, this is Victor. And she said, I know you don't. I said, yes, you do. We've met with Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he wants to play if you need percussion. She said, boy, come on, where your stuff up in here? And that was one of the times I didn't have my stuff with me. Normally I keep it. I said, it's at the house in the living room. She said, all right, don't worry about it. I'll see you tomorrow at the Los Angeles Coliseum. You can just sit up and I'll give you the set list and you can play.
Wow.
That was one of the testaments that God had given me, that I could play with anybody at any time for any reason.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't rehearse with, I didn't do anything but go to the Coliseum the next day, get the set list, and there we go. So I'm playing everything that
Wow.
I've grown up playing with, listening to.
Wow.
Now, the drummer was a good friend of mine. So basically, I watched him for breaks
Mm-hmm.
when the song broke and stopped and then started back. I watched him. But other than that, and it was a long time before I actually found most of those clips from the Coliseum on YouTube. So I am on YouTube with Shaka Khan playing the Coliseum on the 4th of July.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I know that it was. I love Shaka. I love the Gap Band. I remember their music back then. I used to love the beats and stuff. I was little then. I was younger, like teenager, young adult, I guess. But I remember the beats, those different beats. I love the beats.
Mm-hmm.
So we just lost Angie Stone. And Tupac is no longer here. And I'm pretty sure there's probably others, but I'm curious, do you have any fondest memories that you can think of working with Angie Stone or Tupac?
Well, Tupac had already died when I worked with them.
Okay.
What they did, he had passed, and his mother, Afeni, I believe was her name, she had put together a compilation album of a lot of his contemporaries that were coming in doing his songs.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked me to come in and put percussion on them, and I played percussion on 7 of his songs on that album. A Rose Grows in the Concrete, I believe it was the name of it. So that was big to be on that. But I'd already been with LL Cool J, so I'd already kind of dipped my toe in the rap game with the rap people, with LL, and knowing Kool Moe Dee and hanging with those guys. Already was in that, loving that music also, and then got to do that, which was, pretty cool. But Angie, they picked me up and we did the a festival in Sacramento, outdoor park festival.
Mm-hmm.
So she's very gracious, very beautiful, and can sing. So that was another situation where, okay, I'm not just with a local that's trying to sing, trying to make it, trying to get that. These people can sing.
Yeah.
And they can blow and they can move a crowd. So I thank God that I was placed with those different artists to be a part of their journey.
Do you play by reading music, or do you play by ear, or do you play by both?
Both. I came up learning drums and learning sheet music of the drummer. And then when I moved over to percussion, then it was all by ear. And then mentors were watching my greats, Tito Puente, Sheila E.
Wow.
Pete Escobedo, just watching them and, oh, I like that. Ooh, that was bad. Ooh. Stealing basically licks, and then adding my licks that I came up with inside of my head, mushing them together, and then it became that. And but every now and then, I go into a situation that somebody throws some music and say, okay, we're doing this song and you come in right here and blah, blah, blah. But most of the people's like, you know what you're doing. Just listen to the music and come in where you need to come in or want to come in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, let's take a break and listen to one of your projects. This one is called The Passage. Is this music by the group that you founded, Fungala?
Yes.
Fungala?
Fanjala.
Well,
I
let's talk about that a little bit before we put it on there. I'll let you talk about it a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay. No, besides playing with everybody, it still was you're doing this on everybody else's journey void.
Yeah.
And I knew I had the same capabilities of doing exactly what Charlie, Shaka, LL, everybody else was doing, but I didn't have the hit car to drive. I always had the struggle buggy car that was just moving along at its own pace, meaning myself doing what I do. So as I always played different events and festivals and whatever, I came up with a name. Ladies and gentlemen, on the show we got Victor Orlando. So okay, let me change it. Victor Orlando and Energy, because that's what I gave, and that's what the band was. Victor Orlando and this, Victor Orlando and Smooth, because man, that music is so smooth. And then one day I was coming up with a new project in my head, and I'd used the electrifying Victor Orlando extravaganza, used all of that, and I was like, what else? And I don't want to pump me up like that. What can I do? And then I started thinking about Gloria Estefan and the Miami Sound Machine, Carlos Santana and Santana, George Clinton and Parliament Funkadelic. Okay, I need something that's going to hit like that. It's not on me, it's on it. So I said, well, what do you do? Well, I play funk. What else do you do? I play jazz. What else do you do? I play Latin. And I said, okay, let me move the letters around, and I came up with Fanjala, funk, jazz, and Latin.
We're looking at it right now.
I took the K off of funk and just made it fun. I took the ZZ off of jazz and made it Ja, and took the TIN off of Latin and made it Fanjala. So we do Latin, funk, and jazz, and we can do it all in one show, or we can separate it if it's a separate show. Hey, we want a funk show out of you. We give them nothing but Gap Band, Cameo, Parliament, all of the funk.
All in one, yeah.
Or I do, hey man, can you do Santana? We give them a Latin show where we're just doing totally Latin. And then if somebody just wants some smooth jazz while they're eating at a dinner, we do that.
Yeah.
But mostly, 75% mostly, we play the whole spectrum as we're playing. But this song came after the COVID, sitting around I wasn't doing anything, just going crazy like everybody else. And I started tinkering around with my drums in the house until I came up with some little melodies and some little things, and it all started coming together and it started sounding good. And I said, let me do something with this.
Yeah.
In the studio, and basically I call myself a baker. I'm cooking a cake, and it's a wedding cake for this banquet. So the banquet is the public, and the public is going to all get a slice of this banquet cake. It's not just going to be some Duncan Hines out the box, and throw some icing on it and give people a slice. This is going to be it.
Just homemade, yeah.
Yep. So I'm putting everything in the bowl. I got congas in there. I got bongos. I got this. I got that. I got horns, and I'm sitting in the studio, and we're listening to it because it's going to be an African tribal spiritual song. What my head was wanting. And all of a sudden I'm sitting there listening, and then God put some lyrics in my head. I was like, wow. A pencil. I need a pencil. I hear something. And you gave me a pencil, and I started writing. Right. Okay. And then I sung it how I wanted it. But then I knew I wanted to take it to the next level. Yeah. So I got my brother. I call him my brother, but he's my brother in Christ. We go to church together. We see the Church of Christ. He's our choir director. Okay. And it's Tony Grant from the Tyler Perry movies, The Marriage. Yeah. And, then he ended up getting picked up to be the lead singer with the Temptations, with Otis's Temptations, the last original live Temptation. But I got him to do 3 songs on my new CD before he got off, because he's been gone almost 2 years, basically dang it every weekend, because the Temps are on a big tour with the Four Tops, and they never stop. They take little breaks, but so I got him, went in the studio, and then I went in because I wanted an African choir to my African tribal song. I couldn't find any unemployed Africans. I'm in LA. I found Mexicans, didn't find no Africans. So I needed Africans. Didn't happen. So I said, you know what? Forget it. I do this myself. I got some people from the choir church. I got Tony's wife. I got a lady that had won America's Got Talent, and we went in and cut the song ourselves.
Wow.
That's what the passage is.
Well, let's check it out. All right, here we go.
We like to sing. We like to pray. We like to pray. We like to worship. This is our passage. We like to sing. We like to sing. We like to pray. We like to pray. We like to worship. We like to worship. This is our passage. So we like to sing. We like to pray. We like to worship, Lord. This is our passage. We cannot make it without you, Lord. We need you, Lord, to let the passage. We like to sing. We like to pray. We like to worship you. This is our passage. This is our passage. This is our passage. Thank you, Lord.
Oh yeah, Victor. I was over here having me a good old time. The beat is really I don't know if the word is contagious or what, but that beat. Then those horns came in. This is when you thought the horn. Oh my goodness, my ears were just having a really good time listening. I love the beat of that song. I love the singers. I love the message. I love somebody said graphics on here. I loved all the colors, the graphics. That was beautiful.
Thank you so
Beautiful.
much.
The passage.
The
Yes.
passage.
Wow. That was I think you said you couldn't find any Africans. I think you did just fine.
It is. It's addictive.
Yes.
Contagious.
That's the word. That's the word. That's the word. All right. I want to switch it up a little bit. So I know that prostate cancer is close to your heart. And September is prostate cancer month, but you also do like you're advocate for prostate cancer testing and prostate cancer as a whole. So share with us a little bit about that.
Well, my second wife, my first wife had moved on from Dallas and I had gotten married again, and she passed on. She had 4th stage cancer. So she left us.
Sorry.
And that's pretty much all I knew of cancer per se. And then I'm around just doing music, not even thinking about anything. And I keep getting a birthday card. Hey, from the doctor's office. Hey, have you had your colonoscopy checked? Have you had your PSA? Have you had this, that, and the other? And I'm like, I'm good. You know, the customary men's answer. I'm good. I'll get to it. I'm kind of busy. You know, all of the busy excuses. And I know there are men's excuses because I was a man and I was using the same excuses as I hear from other guys and other women say that's what their husbands, brothers, dads, everybody use. But this was right at COVID again. And I'm sitting around. I'm not on tour. I'm not working. I'm not gigging. I'm not doing anything but in the house. And I get the card for my birthday and I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing nothing. Why don't I just go ahead and call and set up some appointment, you know, just reluctantly, just whatever.
Yeah.
And I do it under the pushing of God. God is pushing me in my head. God is in my ear. You need to do this. You need to do this because I know you got cancer, but you don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know I had cancer then. So when I did make the appointment, go in, get the testing, I was already at 5.9 and already had cancer.
Wow.
So I don't even know how long I'd had it before I even went in to check to see if I had it.
No symptoms or anything you like? You didn't feel? Wow.
It scared me. And then we started the process of what we're going to do. And then we started the biopsies and the testings. And then it shot up to 16.9. And I knew it was starting to move and spread. And that's what happened to Felicia, my ex.
Yeah.
It's when it starts moving and spreading in the body, you don't know where it's going. And you look up and it's ate up your body.
Yep.
So went in and he said, you have cancer. And it devastated me. And then he said, well, it's catchable because it hadn't spread outside of my prostate into my bloodstream or into my body.
Thank God.
It gave me 2 options, take it out or chemo and radiation. And I thought about it 1 second. I'm not putting no chemo and radiation in me. That's not gonna happen. Didn't really consider the taking out part, how dangerous it might have been, but it was going to be better than having chemo and radiation and going back and back and back and back. And so I said, take it out so I won't have to worry about me catching cancer again from my prostate.
Yeah.
So they took it out. And of course, that went, I already have 5 kids. So that went making any more kids at my age. It was like over with. It's like prostate situation. That's it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll live with that. But now I'm healing.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 3 years. I've been clean for 3 years now, as they say. But as I'm doing it, I'm going to say, thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Okay,
praise
now,
God.
what can I do? What can I do to help? Because you saved me. And I know there's some more knucklehead guys out there like I was. What can I do? In my head, with just hearing him speak to me, why don't you start something to help guys get their PSA numbers? And then in my head, I use the analogy, put 5 musicians together, just go pick 5 guys out and put them in a circle. Say, what's your PSA number? What's your PSA number? Nobody could be able to tell you because they don't know.
They don't even know what a PSA is.
That's the first thing. Do you know what PSA is? Do you know what PSA is? They didn't know. Do you know your number? They wouldn't know. Do you know if you have cancer? They wouldn't know. And the fourth and the major one, well, do you have any insurance to go get any of this taken care of? That was the answer. No. So I'm like, thank God I had insurance through being a senior citizen and a cancer person. I had insurance. That was a $20,000 operation to take care of me. These same 5 guys don't have that kind of money because I see guys at clubs playing and all they got, the money that they made that night, they got some gas, they got rent, and they got food. They had the money on to the next gig. That nowhere near cancer money. I mean, nowhere near insurance money.
Yeah.
So I said, let me put a foundation together. I know foundations help people.
Yes.
Let me put one to help these guys that have no insurance get their PSA number, and then they won't be in the dark like I was. And that's how it started. And it's
wow.
It's up and running now.
What has been the are people receiving it? Are the men listening? Are they?
Oh yeah. So on my birthday, my 72nd birthday at one of the jazz clubs in Los Angeles, Catalina Jazz Club, I had a birthday party and a fundraiser, and we raised over $21,000 that night. First time I ever did anything like that to get that sum of money. People were interested. People were getting on board. We're almost got all of the T's crossed and the I's dotted to open this thing up citywide for Los Angeles to start. For guys to send in applications and then get on board to go to the doctors that we have and get. So me thinking of that all the way to getting the money for the foundation, all the way to getting the guys tested is a process.
Yeah.
I knew nothing of it, but of course learned it. So we took some of the money to start the foundation, getting the EIN numbers, getting the registration numbers, getting the LLCs, getting all of that. Didn't know it. So I got a team of people that knew about that stuff.
Yeah. And
that's what helped get the foundation started. And then we're going to build on that foundation. We're going to have another fundraiser in September, the Prostate Cancer Month, to help out, and publicity and getting more groups on the show to perform and getting more guys involved.
If someone wanted to donate to your cause or find out more about it, where can they go?
The website is almost up and ready to be public.
Okay.
But they still can make donations to the Victor Orlando Hope Foundation.
Okay.
It's through Zelle, the Cash App service, Zelle, Zelle. So it's under Victor Orlando /Zelle or Zelle /Victor Orlando.
Hold on a second.
Foundation.
Can you put that in the chat for me while he says it? Okay, my daughter's gonna put it in there. In the chat
Zelle /Victor Orlando Hope Foundation, and any donations that go to the Zelle app, it'll go into the Hope Foundation, and then it'll sit there until we open it up and have people start guys start coming in, and we just had a Zoom meeting last week. Got everybody on board. I partnered up with a company called Game Day out here in Encino, California, that's going to be doing the testing. And then I partnered up
That's
with one of my
wonderful.
doctor friends. And when I told them what I was doing, they said, "Can we partner and do this with you?"
Yeah.
They gave me a giant discount on each guy that came in, how much we had to pay for them, which is less than what they would charge the public.
Okay.
So, and right now, this is prostate cancer testing for uninsured musicians.
Can you give it to us one more time, the Zelle?
This is Zelle / Victor Orlando Hope Foundation.
You got it. So I didn't tell you, I do research on cancer, but I do research since I work in dentistry. I do research on salivary gland cancer, and you are absolutely correct. If it stays in one place in the body, I mean, it's still bad, but if it stays in one place, it's much better than if it would metastasize and go to another part of the body. And what cancer will do, and you kind of tapped on it a little bit, it will use your bloodstream as a transport to go to other parts of the body. Exactly. And so, I've been working with salivary gland cancer cells since 2014. And so, and cancer can be very aggressive, but if you can find it soon, sometimes, I mean, like depending on the stage, but if you can find it soon and they can take care of it, it does help. It does increase your quality of life. So I know a lot of people don't like going to the doctor. I don't like going to the doctor, but I do know men particularly, they really don't like going to the doctor. And so I do every once in a while have Men's Health on here just because of that. So I commend you for that, for using your testimony and what you've been through to help somebody else and be a testament that if you go, I mean, even though it can be a scary thing, go ahead and do what you're supposed to do, and things will work out. You don't look like what you've been through. Thank you so much for that testimony and being so transparent. But people need to hear that. They need to hear that. So, yeah.
And that's what the different people that's been doing shows like yours, Music and Medicine. That's why I met Dr. Moshe Lewis. He was doing Music and Medicine show. And as he was doing that, he found me through another contact, and we started talking about it, and I started giving the journey. And it's the myth of guys just don't want to go, but it's either die or go and take care of yourself so you don't die. So it's up to you. If you just bent on, I'm not going. Okay, well, if you die, then it's not going to be on anybody because we've all tried to tell you to go. Yeah. So, and it's always, there are ways to get around even the strongest, strong-willed person. I even have talked to some female oncologists because guys, I know I didn't like guys poking around in them, but that's a part of the deal to find out if the prostate is swollen, this, that, and the other. Right. On the medical side, that's cool. On the male chauvinist man side, it ain't that cool. You can't go out on the street and just find in the hood. Right. Find 5 brothers is okay with some man doing that just to find out if they sick or not. Right. They will go kicking and scraping before they do it. Well, they're female oncologists, if that'll calm your nerves enough to at least find out if you're sick or not. Because we can go around sick and not know it. Right. And I was asking, I don't think you heard me, but I was like, did you have any symptoms or anything? So you didn't even have any symptoms or nothing. So like if you hadn't gone, and I've been in a situation like that where the Lord told me to go to the doctor and I was sick. I mean, I know that feeling. So if I'm so thankful that you know the voice of the Lord and you did go. So well, my life and my career depend on me being healthy. So if I want to do what I'm doing, so right now, seriously, from a broken fingernail, okay, why my fingernail break? What happened? Why is it breaking off? Why is it getting brittle every week? I want to know what's going on. Know why, from everything to the top of my head to the bottom of my feet, what's wrong with it? Because I need every part of me when I'm performing. And I don't need to. When I came back from New York off a tour, I was in New York fine for the whole 30-day tour. Come back to LA, I got the sniffles, I got a cold, I got the flu. headed into pneumonia, didn't want to get into COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching the progression within that week that I got back, and I'm like, okay, you got stuff coming up. You need to take care of this now.
Yeah.
And I had the phone in my hand. Okay, one more cough, and I'm dialing 911. Just cough one more time, because my coughs had gotten
Hurting and
something's
labor. Yeah. Yeah.
wrong. Okay, and I'm like, one more, and I'm gone. And I broke a sweat that night. Woke up, wet sheets and bed sheets. Everything was wet. I knew I broke the sweat for the fever, and then everything after that, it disappeared. And I was like, okay, but I was on my way because I had too much other stuff to deal with than to be laying up in the hospital. I lost 3 guys from the time I had cancer till the time I'm 3 years. I've lost 3 guys in that process that didn't.
Wow.
So I say, wow, you got me here. They're gone. I guess I'm here for a reason.
Wow. Tinkerbiter says it is also important to get tested if prostate cancer runs in your family. My father-in-law died from it, and 3 of my brothers-in-laws have had it. I have urged my sons to get tested regularly when they get older. And then Brian said he was about to say the same thing. Both of his parents, they died, passed away from cancer. So he gets tested. And he's in the doctor's office like 3 to 4 months, making sure he's good. Yeah. So thank you guys for that transparency. Appreciate that. All right. Let's break it up a little bit and go to another one of your projects. I want to do I Think About You. Tell us a little bit about that one.
Well, that came from, as all great vocalists and artists say, your best work comes from pain. And if you don't understand it, you don't understand great work. You'll never write a great song if you haven't felt that song.
Mm-hmm.
And so I went through a divorce, and years and all that went by, and then we got back together just to be friends, because we basically put both the hatchets away, and we had a moment where we both said, wow, we think about all the times we had, because we have our oldest daughter. My oldest daughter is from my high school sweetheart marriage, but that situation is in Dallas and it disintegrated. So it left me.
Yeah.
And she came to LA and wrote four sentences on she said, when I consider all the things that made me happy, I think about you. When I consider all the things that made me sad, I think about you. I was like, wow, I didn't know you felt that way, because we fought so much. But as she said it, I'm sitting there going, in my creative head, okay. And I started writing. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, I wrote the rest of the song.
Wow.
Just from that. But that's what tells the whole story of, and it was just a me and her song. And then I started thinking, oh, this is the world. This is everybody. Everybody has somebody to think about, good, bad, or otherwise. Mm-hmm. Until you die, you will have that thought.
Yeah.
You will always have a thought about somebody.
Yeah.
And that's what this song was about.
You all put some hearts, some likes, and some loves in the chat for Victor for his transparency while we listen to I Think About You.
When I consider all those things that make me happy, I think about you. When I consider all those things that make me sad, I think about you. I think about you. I think about you. When I consider all those things, I think about you. I think about you. I think about you. When I consider all those things, I think come true. I think about you. I think about you. When I consider all those things, I think about you. I think about you. I think about you. When I consider all those things, I think about you. But then one day, it all started to vanish. My feelings, they all started to fade away. I put them in a place where only I could go, never knowing if I would see them another day. I think about you. I think about you. When I consider all those things, I think about you. I think about you. You. I think about you. You. When I consider all those things, I think about you. I think about you. I think about you. When I consider all those things, I think about you. You. I think about you. You. I think about you.
Victor, that was beautiful.
So much. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you so
beautiful.
much.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. All right.
Wait a minute. When I wrote that, I
Mhm.
had in my mind, I wrote that for Celine Dion, Celine Dion
Celine- Mhm.
to sing that, or Diana Ross to sing it, because I saw them bringing that whole grandeur thing in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And my connections didn't run deep enough to get any one of those ladies. So I got Wendy Barnes, who was former singer from Stevie Wonder's band and one of my good friends. And so she went in and just did a bang up job on it, made it sound just so beautiful.
Wow, she really did. It's a beautiful song.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, we're getting ready to get you. All right, Victor. All right. This is what we're going to do. All right. So we're going to play this game. It's called Pictionary. All of these slides that I'm going to show you are going to be pictures, and the pictures resemble a title of one of the Gap Band songs. So you got to look at the picture and see if you could tell me what the title of the song is. You ready?
Okay.
All right. Here's the first one.
Party Train.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me see if I got a. You do that. That was just too easy. You know what? I gave you an easy one on purpose. That's what I did. All right. Here's the next one. So that was Party Train, y'all. Very good. Very good. 1983. All right. Here is another one.
Wednesday Lovers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wednesday Lover, 1989. I can't get you. Let me see. All right. What about this one?
Burn Rubber on Me.
You know what? I used I love that song. I didn't know what they were singing about, but I used to love that song. When I was young, I just loved the beat. All
Mhm.
right, that was "Burn Rubber on Me," 1980. All right, and we're gonna get Victor tonight. Cheryl, do we want to give something away tonight? Let me see what I have. I have a portable blender. So let me see. The next one, we're gonna see who gets it in the audience. Whoever gets it, you do a tally, and we'll give it to him and see. Let's see what Victor says. Okay, here we go.
Early in the morning. Gotta find me another lover.
All right, that's early in the morning, 1982. This is the last one. Are you gonna get them all right, Victor? I can't get you. Let me see.
Oh, you won't get me on this one. Oh, this one's too dear to my heart. Yearning for your love.
This one, 1980. Yearning for your love. Yeah, that was beautiful, beautiful one too. Oh man, we couldn't get Victor. Sometimes I get the guess, but I couldn't get you. Very good, very good.
Unfortunately, Monday of this week, the guitar player that played on Yearning passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Red Jenkins, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that classic guitar line rhythm that he did in the beginning of that song. Mm-hmm. He had diabetes and both his legs had been cut off and he was in a home. And I got home from another gig situation Monday night, opened up Facebook, and they were saying Fred was a good man. And I was like, not the was. So rest in peace, Fred. No, that's a testament that his music will last because you brought the song like Yearning. And Wednesday Lover was one of my favorites. You know,
I love that song too. It was the
Nothing Comes to a Dream, Nothing Comes to a Sleeper But a Dream is another real good song by Charlie.
Yeah, Uncle Charlie. All right, so what I'm going to do next, you sent me a few pictures, so we're going to put a few pictures up and you tell me what's going on, okay?
Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. The evolution.
I know who that is in the middle.
Yeah, that's me.
That's Good Times. That's Michael.
Good Times. Ralph Carter, Little
Michael.
Little Michael. He's still a militant.
Really?
When we were in New York, he was at our play, and he did some spoken word afterwards when we had the after party. Mm-hmm. And he's very nice and very delightful young man still, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, that was him up there. And on the left in the white, because I design clothes to go on stage in, I don't like to look like a regular person. I go on with something crazy, sparkly, or whatever. That's my $3,000 hat, shirt, pants, tennis shoe outfit that I made. And on the right was the beginning of me being creatively crazy in my head before George Clinton and Sly Stone ever got on stage being crazy. Wow. I was considered crazy.
You started it.
I was considered crazy in Dallas. Everybody know who that is.
Yeah.
That's the man himself, Mr. Richard Pryor.
So some of you all don't know, Victor wears many hats. He's a musician, songwriter, producer, artist, comedian, screenwriter, and music producer. So yes, and so if you all just heard, he sounds just like Richard Pryor. Wow. Wow. And okay, so this is some of your clothes. Some of the
those are some of the outfits that I've done throughout the years. And I don't know if you recognize the guy in the black. That's Derek Luke, the actor.
Yeah. He was that's Antoine Fisher.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am. So we met at the NAMM show, which is a big convention.
I go there every year. I'm gonna meet you one year. Yeah, we're gonna do something.
We were there, and he was very nice, very receptive, and the whole nine. And you always know when you got somebody cool. They always do the point, the finger point. Everybody got the finger point.
Wow.
Like, you know, it's a respect thing. You oh my goodness, who's these vampires in the house?
What is going on here? This is not Blackula. What is going on?
I know. I look like I'm being bit by Blackula. But No, my friend, the producer in the back, she goes to UCLA director filmmaker school at
Mhm.
UCLA, and one of her assignments was to do a short. So she called up three people to do the short that she wrote, and we were playing vampires, and that's just one of the scenes where we were, shooting. And
Wow.
we're actually going to see the screening of it tomorrow.
Wow. True story. I saw Blackula when I was younger. That movie scared the mess. That movie was scary. That was a scary movie, y'all. Blackula.
Yeah.
It was a
Oh
black
yeah.
vampire with a cape.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It scared the that movie scared the mess out of me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me see. What else we got? Congratulations on this. I see career achievement. Hold on, let me take this off. Career achievement, percussion, and I see lifetime achievement. Wow. Congratulations. And on the lifetime achievement, you guys, they have his recordings, the films he's been in, the music in the films, and television. Come on, Victor.
Yeah, I've done it. I've done a lot of it. I've done it all. 24, Moesha, Living Color, Living Single, Steve Harvey, all of that. That's just a few of the things on there. I think I've done over 70 shows.
Wow.
Yeah. And one day before I'm horizontal, I'm going to get a snippet of all of those shows and put it on the memorial, I guess. So that's my work. That's my acting work.
Oh, that's going to be nice.
Yeah.
So I know you play different types of drums, and when we did sound check, you were telling me about an African type drum. Is it African? Can you show us that? It looked different. Do you have it around you where you can show it?
The ones that were in the video that the guys were playing from Africa, I ended up, and then I played it on there.
Wow.
It's called an African talking drum.
What kind of stick is that? It looks like it's curved.
Yeah, it's what, if you're bad, they just pull you off the stage. No, it's the African stick.
That's a nice looking drum.
So I had to get that and played it on my song. And then I had my friend from Trinidad play the steel drums, the Trinidad steel drums in that passage song.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have 22 different African instruments around the house that,
Wow.
So I have all of that stuff sitting here. And like I said, God talks to me a lot because, and I try to listen. When stuff doesn't go right, then I say, well, you didn't listen.
Yeah.
But that night, he was saying, you got all of this stuff around the house and you can't go outside and play. You can't go nowhere and play because COVID is out there being crazy. So start doing what I gave you the creativity to do. And that's when I just started tinkering around with different things. And next thing I know, I got all of my instruments and just started, So just to come up with that stuff inspires me to tape it and then play something else and then play something else and listen to it and put it together and like, yeah, I like that. I like that. I like it. And then I'm good. And then from that point, let somebody else hear it. And they say, oh, they like it. And then, okay, cool. If you like it, let me let some more people. So the more people that like it, then I know I got something because somebody's liking it. Now just to flip it to where everybody can hear it. Yeah. That's where the social media and the radio and all of that comes in at.
Okay. Thank you for sharing those instruments with us.
You're welcome.
Tell us about this. This is coming April the 11th, 2025 at 8:00 p.m. Tell us what's going on. This is in Los Angeles, California.
Yeah. For those, well, the younger ones are starting to get it now, but the older people, the older crowd of people that know about spoken word poetry, the Last Poets, the Watts Prophets, Gil Scott Heron, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised was his number one. He had a lot of hits from his albums, but that was one of the main ones, talking about the revolution will not be televised. It's going to be live in your face. Well, they have a play going on called Bluesology, and the lady in the middle of the play is Gia Scott Heron, which is Gil Scott Heron's daughter. I think Gil Scott passed on in 2019 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And 2006 or 2019, one of those years. So the producers put this show together where they're all doing works of Gil Scott from the different albums that he did.
Okay.
Of course, those back in those days, those songs, those early versions of what is called now rap, those raps, those spoken words, those poetry, all had congas in the bottom of them. People were playing, we were playing congas, they were playing congas to Gil Scott and the Last Poet doing their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so that this play got a 30-day off-Broadway Soho Playhouse show, and they text me and called me and said, "Hey, we're going to New York. We're doing this. You want to go?" I was like, "Yes."
Wow.
And while we were there, what broadened what we were doing to a bigger capacity, the Super Bowl was being held that first Sunday that we were there. And what does the halftime of Kendrick Lamar, what is the first thing came out of his mouth? "Ladies and gentlemen, this revolution will be televised." And then that's when he went.
Mm-hmm.
Political, they're not like us and everything else he was doing. But it set the tone by saying this revolution will be televised while we're doing the play. This revolution will not be televised from Gil Scott. So that let the younger people know, let me go find out what this revolution will not be televised was about, since he's talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
I gave them opened up their ears to somebody else in another direction.
Okay. Best wishes on that. I see you're going to be the comedian for that. Are you a comedian?
No, I'm playing drums on that.
Playing drums. Okay.
Yeah.
Best wishes on that event.
Thank you.
And I'll put this on the FNL Facebook page. So if you guys want to go back and look at it, it will be there. Do we have a winner, Cheryl? Did you find a winner? No? Okay, no winner. Victor is the winner today. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us today. We're not going to be able to give shout outs tonight because I want the time is up, Victor. Can you believe that just went too fast?
Oh, I understand.
It went so fast. But we want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving up your time, sharing your gift, sharing your testimony, just being very transparent and just real and laid back. I mean, I think sometimes people think that the stars or the artists that are the real popular ones or the real famous one, but you're just real. You're just as real as my daughter sitting right here. Thank you so much for the conversation and just letting us see a little bit of your life, a little bit of your musical journey. And I hope that it's going to encourage something that was said today. Will encourage someone, especially the part about going to get checked out, whether you're a man or a woman, go get checked out, go to the doctor, see the doctor, get checkups. Best wishes on your future endeavors, best wishes on your event that's coming up. And when time permits, we would love to have you come back to hang out with us again.
Most definitely. You are amazing. I appreciate you and I thank you. And I just wanted to say, Victor Orlando, Percussionist to the Stars, have been hanging out on Friday Night Live with Miss Cat. And we have been having a ball. So if you missed it, you need to come back on Friday nights because she is going to have it going on with somebody. So don't want to miss that. Come on back to the Friday Night Lives with Miss Cat. And I thank you so very much for having me.
All right, Victor. Thank you for that. Thank you so much. That was awesome.
Time to party.
Yes, sir. So what we're going to do, we're going to end it. We're going to end it with Time to Party. So tell us about that. Tell us about that song. And we're going to end it with that.
That's when everything is over with and you're frustrated. And it's like, I just want to throw a party. So once again, like I said, most of my newer songs from the second album came from COVID. me creating while I'm sitting in the house with COVID, or not with it, but just can't go out. So I'm like, you know what? I can't take this no more. I'm just going to start a party in the house. Ain't no COVID in here. COVID is over. It's time to party. Let's get on.
Yes.
And as I'm doing it, I'm creating, and I'm throwing in acting. I'm throwing in writing. I'm throwing in directing. I made I thought about Michael Jackson and Thriller.
Oh,
Did the whole Thriller thing a little slow, and then it went into the music, and then I said, okay, let me do a fantasy that this person woke up and he just thought that COVID was over and he was just gonna party, and then when it was over with, it's like, oh snap, it ain't over with. It was a dream. So this is a dream sequence of somebody enjoying himself, or is it really over? You won't know until the end of the video.
All right. So y'all watch it to the very end. Thank you so much, Maestro, Victor Orlando. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. All right. You all have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Friday with another amazing guest. All right.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. I was just dreaming